Since the new year has passed, I figured I'd make a list about all my favorite games I played this year. So, yeah, why not? I'm bored, so let's get into it. Number 10, Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Ace Attorney isn't a series I talk about a lot, but I enjoy nonetheless. Dual Destinies was my first Ace Attorney game. I'd watched the anime beforehand and had wanted to play the games. This game takes place after Apollo Justice, which I still haven't finished, but I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything too big. The story of this game is absolutely amazing. The story of Dual Destinies is the best I've seen in any video game. I enjoy it a lot. The only reason Dual Destinies is this low on the list is because some of the cases feel a little needless, such as the monstrous Turnabout and Turnabout Academy. They're not bad cases by any means, but not too important to the overall arcing story. Without giving too many spoilers to the story, I just felt like Dual Destinies had the most interesting turning points in any Ace Attorney game. For anyone who has finished the game, the plot twist with Detective Fulbright left me speechless for days. One small issue I have with the game is that they ripped the same objection theme from Trials and Tribulations. Take a listen. It's a little uncreative, but it's orchestrated, which is really nice. So, story is flawless, and the characters are enjoyable like usual, and the game is only $30, so you should definitely pick it up if you can. Number 9, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. This game is almost perfect, and I mean that. I think all the music is good, I like all the characters, I enjoy all the cases, and the gameplay is fun on top of all that. This is, in my opinion, the best Ace Attorney game ever made. Some of my favorite characters include Dick Gumshoe, Maya Fey, and Phoenix Wright. All the characters are enjoyable, and even the villain, surprisingly. An enjoyable villain would be Mr. Von Karma because that man literally tases Phoenix just to get some evidence. Or Winston Payne because he's just a goofy prosecutor who thinks he's better than you. Or Miles Edgeworth, who's basically like Winston Payne but more elegant about it. Unlike every other Ace Attorney game, I like every case in this one, with my personal favorite being Turnabout Samurai. I mean it when I say I would change almost nothing about this game. Maybe a remaster where you could walk around the crime scene like in Miles Edgeworth Investigations would be nice, but other than that, I'd change nothing. For a game about crimes and murder, it knows how to be silly and make you laugh, but take itself seriously and keep you engaged with the drama unfolding. Number 8, Telltale's The Walking Dead. Unlike most other games about the zombie apocalypse, this one takes a more narrative-based theme. Almost every choice and action you make has an effect on your relationships or the environment around you. This game is amazing. I played it on the Xbox 360 when I was in middle school and fell in love with it. I won't say the story is super amazing, but it's really good and easy to follow. Kingdom Hearts. Somehow, every time I play, I feel the weight of the characters' like or dislike of me and the choices I made. It actually makes me care about what the characters think about me. And who could forget Clementine? She's the little girl that the main character named Lee stumbles upon when the apocalypse first happens. And me and many other people enjoy her as a character. This was the first video game to make me cry, and I'm absolutely not going to spoil because I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't played the game. I think this game is a classic, and I would absolutely recommend it to anyone who hasn't played. And to people who have played, I hope you enjoy it as much as me. Number 7, Fire Emblem Fates Birthright. This was one of my first Fire Emblem games, and one of my favorites too. While the story wasn't that good, the gameplay is really good, and I really enjoy the characters. Some of my favorite characters include Hinoka, Ryoma, and Kaze. Unlike the other Fire Emblem games, the classes are actually pretty balanced. Awakening. But sometimes the characters' stat mods aren't the greatest either. The music in this game is pretty good too. Tracks like Road Taken and Petals in the Wind are my favorites. Some of the weapons aren't very good either though. Some weapons just hurt battle performance for no reason. Maybe if the weapons were more risk and reward I'd understand, but most of them aren't that way. Still, the gameplay is Fire Emblem and still very enjoyable for the most part. Number 6, Persona 4 Golden. Persona 4 Golden is a strange and enjoyable game. A group of teenagers enter a TV screen to get to a place called the Shadow World to try to solve a case of murders in their own town. They have powers called a persona, which allows them to wield special abilities. To gain a persona, they have to face their own hidden feelings and accept that they have flaws and issues. I really like the theme of accepting yourself. The creators were smart and really ran with the theme, and I like it. The story is fairly simple and not hard to follow along with, and the game is packed with activities like part-time jobs, hanging out with friends, joining a sports team, going to the movies, shopping, and more. Once again, the music is very enjoyable and well made. Listen to some of my favorites. I think for RPG enjoyers like myself, you should absolutely check this game out. It's only $20 on Steam and only takes around 10 hours to beat if you skip all the dialogue. It's around 60 hours if you want to read all of it. If it's your first time playing Persona 4, you'll definitely want to listen to all the dialogue. This game had me laughing so much you wouldn't believe it. The game is cheap and fun, so I will 100% recommend it to you. Number 5, Grand Theft Auto 5. Everyone has played or at least heard of GTA 5. While all the characters and events are chaotic, that's what makes the game great. Almost everything doesn't make sense, and I love it. The fact that in story mode you can go from buying your friend a beer to a high-speed chase down the highway trying to reclaim your stolen boat just adds to the chaotic nature of this game. Like Persona 4, GTA 5 has many things to do, such as sports, investing in property, vehicle school, robberies, street races, and the list keeps going. Not to mention the strangers and freaks side missions that have you doing things like recording a famous actor having sex outdoors or smoking weed to fight off some murderous clowns should keep you interested for a while. This game has so much crazy stuff going on, and that's part of its charm. If you like violent chaos, this game is totally worth it. Number 4, Ghost of Tsushima. This game is kinda like Assassin's Creed with all the stealth and ways of fighting. This game is about defending your home island named Tsushima from Mongols. Our protagonist, Jin Sakai, is a samurai who tries to save his uncle and gain an army to drive away the Mongols. I think the story and gameplay are very nice. It reminds me of Horizon Zero Dawn. Out of all the games I've played, I think the main character has the most development. He slowly starts to ignore tradition and honor and starts fighting in the shadows and doing assassinations, earning him the nickname The Ghost. Just in case you didn't know, samurais aren't supposed to assassinate. The graphics in this game are really nice as well. Especially when the sky is bright blue, all the colors start to pop. With multiple side missions to do and weapons and techniques to gain, this game will keep you busy for hours like it did me. This is a definite PS4 must-have. Number 3, Spider-Man PS4. Who doesn't like Spider-Man? No one, that's who. Spider-Man on PS4 is without a doubt the best Spider-Man game I've ever played. Even the best superhero game ever made in my opinion. This game wastes no time getting into what you expect. In the first few minutes, you're already web-swinging through New York. This game is full of references and jokes to the comics and movies. And it manages to tell its own interesting story on top of that. This game even has a sequel, kind of, with Hammerhead DLC that takes place almost immediately after the main campaign of the game. The game is full of content and isn't too long or hard to beat. The web-swinging is almost perfect, full of style and unique animations. Sadly, they are a bit limited. I feel like once you get web swinging for a few minutes, you've seen all the unique animations he has. But hey, that won't stop me from swinging around the city whenever I get bored. And the combat is pretty good too. Granted, once you get leveled up pretty high and you have most gadget upgrades, combat with basic enemies gets really easy. But the boss fights are really unique, so I think that makes up for it. A lot of uniqueness and challenge is to be had in this game. Just like Ghost of Tsushima, this is a PS4 must-have. Number 2, Persona 5 Royal. If you saw my Persona 5 review, you know how I feel about this game. If not, go check it out. Persona 5 Royal is about a group of teens also known as the Phantom Thieves who change evil people's hearts and make them give up their distorted desires. Persona 5's theme is about reforming society, which I can also vibe with. While Persona 5 Royal got rid of some after-school activities like the after-school sports, it made some new ones like brewing coffee or playing darts. And once again, the OST is absolutely amazing. Take a listen to some of these.
You is not what you foretold. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is the best for right. I'm a sharpshooter. I post masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter. What else should I be?
I even listen to the music outside of the game sometimes too. Once again, for the 50th time, this game is full of things to do, such as fishing, arcade games, gun customizations, fortune tellings, and other things. The story does get a little hard to follow sometimes, but nothing too bad. I really enjoy the characters too, such as Takuto Maruki, Yusuke Kitagawa, and Ryuji Sakamoto. The music is good, the gameplay is smooth, so I think it's time we move on to the number 1 game. Number 1, Fire Emblem Awakening. If you've known me more than 5 seconds, you know how much I adore Fire Emblem Awakening. The story is interesting, and we have a fairly unique cast of characters too. With a few cases of some characters' children being basic copies of their parents, everyone stands out. Chrom is just an idiot with a sword trying to make peace. Robin is a big-brained Chad who just goes with the flow. Samiya is a clumsy lady but good at baking. And Henry's just Henry. I love the OST for all the maps, especially ID Purpose. This game has good replay value too. You can customize your avatar to be male or female and even choose an asset and a flaw. Even if the class pool is poorly balanced, I enjoy grinding in this game. Awakening also has some pretty good DLC to keep you busy as well. I really do love Fire Emblem Awakening. Maybe we'll get a sequel or a remaster on the Switch, but for now, I'm very pleased with this entry in the series. Hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe you agreed or disagreed with some of my choices, but that's okay. Hope you enjoy the new year, and I will see you guys later.